Hi everyone, it's another session number 5, I think it is, I think it's session number 5. We're starting to lose track now, but I'm pretty sure this is number 5. So, bit of a killer in store today. We've got some, just working around that FTP. We've got the session. The good news is the intervals get gradually shorter. The bad news is the intervals get gradually harder. So that's pretty much it. And if you're welcome, if you're watching from the if you're on the Zwift, and Chanel is on the chat there, she'll be sort of running you through it, but this is much better if you are watching on YouTube as well. Normally there's around about a 30-second delay, and we'll so what that means is you finish the interval before I do. So we're good. It's a 45-minute session again. Short warm up, short warm down. Welcome everyone. Already people coming in. I think this is a Zwift thing. Just straight away saying where you're Zwifting from. It's pretty cool, pretty global. Lots of Brits, which is not unsurprising, but just had this Mr. or Mrs. Hall from on my screen. All I can see is the first initial, so it's difficult to tell if that's difficult to tell gender. So this session, run through the admin bit first. Zwift will give you a placing out of however many people are here. Ignore it, it doesn't matter, because the elastic band effect's on, so if you're winning you won't be running for long, and if you're being dropped then you will be undropped quite quickly. Also if you so if you're looking at the YouTube and you won't be seeing my numbers yet, but the numbers will be specific to your FTP. And if that's accurate, then you should have a pretty bitey session, but manageable. If they're inaccurate, you'll know about it quite quickly. It'll either be far too difficult or far too easy. So that first block, have a look at the numbers that the first block's given you, and look at the numbers. For me, so the first block is zone 3, then zone 4, then zone 5. So 3 minutes zone 3, 2 minutes zone 4, 1 minute zone 5, and then back down again. If that looks achievable, great. If it looks unachievable, there's time to alter your FTP, or alternatively, if you're on a computer doing this, then you can press the little arrows at the bottom of the session to alter the watts, the percentage difficulty by up to 10% either way, up or down, which is quite a lot. And if you're on an iPad, you can do it via the companion app. So just go into the workout and then you'll see it says bias. Erg mode on if you're on a smart trainer. If you're on a stupid trainer, then you have to think about it a little bit more. Erg mode on, and then I recommend putting the chain in the big ring, and then like 2 or 3 sprockets up from the 11 or the 12 at the bottom. To get that chain as straight as possible. And that way, the turbo's working at, or the trainer is working at a high, sort of a high rate, and you will, it'll just be a great time. If you're in a real little ring, the turbo's going to struggle to give you a nice feedback. So you want that spinning as fast as possible, and yeah, stick it in erg mode, and then it's going to do all the work for you. So, which will be, well, it'll do all the work for you. It'll provide all the resistances for you. Next point to note, erg mode on. Obviously, with erg mode on, gradient isn't going to have any effect, nor your positioning in the bunch. So, like I said, don't think about that. I mean, you don't even have to look at the screen if you're on erg mode. Right, what else can I tell you about this session? I have some water, and I am without, which is a problem that I'm going to have to resolve quite quickly. So duck out quickly and get some water. Sorry? What? Huh? No, I put it on stream instead. Okay, we're back. Yeah, so we talked about the FTP, we talked about the erg mode, we talked about, I think we're there. Like I said, don't think about the people around you, just focus on your own efforts. If you're not using erg mode, keep to the numbers early on, because that last little 4 by 1 minute hard and 1 minute still quite hard, that's going to bite. So make sure you save something for that, because it's only 4 minute recoveries. It's a little shorter recoveries than we've seen in the last couple of sessions. So you've got to make sure you've saved a little bit in the locker for that. That's right. Now so I get on the tri bars. If you are on a TT bike, for the rest, do what you want. For the efforts, try and do them in the tri bars. If you're on a road bike, if you're on a road bike and you're resting on the tops, on the hoods if you want, but the effort, try and do them in the drops, because at the end of the day, that's where we race. So we want to get used to that. We want to get used to being in that position. So, a minute to go. My bike is slightly on the wong. I might have to just a quick bit of mechanical. Okay, sorry, we're back again. Okay, 13 seconds to go until we start the warm up. Now you shouldn't, I'm terrible for this, you should not, once we get going, which is in 3, 2, 1, off we go, you should not need to change gear. And in fact, so when you finish an effort, you might be like really hurting, like making that kind of noise. And the worst thing you can do is stop pedaling, because if you stop pedaling, then the erg mode just comes up and bites you. Just bites you in the ass. and it feels like you're pedaling against a brick wall, even though you're meant to be on a recovery section. So, right, 4 minute, ramping it up. We've got a couple of verified ticks here on the old group. We've got Miss Rebecca Charlton, welcome, and I saw another one, T Davies, welcome as well. Nice to have you. Like I said, do not take any notice of your positioning, because that's going to change a lot. You be at the front, you be at the back, and there's no reflection on how much you are pushing on the pedals or not. Remember, there's enough racing on Zwift that this is not one of them. This is simply a structured training ride to bring structure to your training. Like I said, those of you that saw it on the group, on the social media, this is going to help your FTP. It's going to help you like your 10-minute powers and the 20-minute powers. So translated into road racing, which at the end of the day is what's important, or into sportiving or whatever your goals are. This is going to help being in a breakaway. It's just going to help like on those climbs. Yeah, just recheck that sort of little changes in pace. And yeah, like we said on the Zwift screen, if it's tough early, dial it back early, because you get more out of this by finishing than you do by giving it all to that first one and being a bit of a shell for the rest of it, really. So just getting towards the end of this warm-up. You should just feel that resistance starting to ramp up a little bit. Well, you want me in easy, these Zwift warm-ups, they're great, they're real simple, but sometimes you can be, you got to get the blood pumping, get the heart rate going, but sometimes you can just need a little bit of decompression after that first warm-up, I feel. I mean, this is only 4 minutes, but yeah, I just like to have a minute of twiddling the pedals before stepping into it. So yeah, so we got 3 minutes to start with, zone 3, so that should be pretty comfortable. I think it's zone 3, yeah. So we're at zone 2 now. So it should be pretty comfortable. Cadences, for those who want to know, whatever you like. I generally operate between 90 and 100, and then for when I'm TTing. The stars that you can get, like the last couple of weeks, not really interested. Like this section on now, the 1 minute cruising, if you do or don't get this star, really doesn't matter, but don't go over. Don't decide that you want to make this workout harder, and because I promise you, the numbers are right, this is going to be hard enough by the end. So we're coming up to our first effort, 3 minutes, zone 3. Making sure you really stick to those numbers, because afterwards there's going to be 3 minutes of quite a bit harder before it gets easier, so you need to have that in the locker. And then the next set we do it the other way around. So in the tri-bars, feel that resistance come, there it is, and just settle in, get your breathing right, drop your camera down, and we're off. Out here, when you sort of start getting used to your numbers, you can kind of tell if you're on a good or a bad day, depending on how that feels quite early. Sometimes you can just ride into it. Sometimes it just never comes back for you. So that's a minute done. Done the live stream, a minute and a half done. And this is about as easy as it's going to get today. Right now. And I'm not entirely sure I'm on a good day. So pedals aren't ticking over as well as they should. $300 watts for me is feeling a little bit harder than it should do. I'll just neatly adjust the bias a bit. Sometimes it's completely okay to completely fail, which obviously we don't want, but you know, better that than giving up. One minute to go. Head unit, we're on Brighton. Head units this year. Remember, this isn't a rest after this. Power's going to go up a bit. Mine's going to go up by about 50 watts. Yours will go up by maybe more, maybe less. Depends on your own FTP. Well, yeah. There it is, there's that banner. Oh. Normally the banner's the sign of something ending, but it's a sign of it getting remarkably more unpleasant. But only 2 minutes. Alright, let that resistance load up. There we go. Should still be manageable. If it's not, definitely dial that back. Okay, halfway through this. 1 minute of this to go. It's going to get harder again. And then I'm going to come back to this. Not a good day. Okay. You see that banner? Let's get ready. Up another zone. Oh, there she is. Halfway through this one. Here's the banner. Yeah. Okay. Back down to zone 4. 2 minutes. One minute of that to go. There's the banner. Kenzie. Ten. 1, 2, 1. Right down to zone 3. Palm heads. Yes, this will end up being an 11-minute effort. The next one is 9 minutes, and then the last one, 8 minutes. Two minutes to go, and then a big rest. Hey Martin, don't stress about what your rider's doing, it's just about what you're doing. The elastic band's on, so you will dart around a bit. It keeps all 262 of us together, mostly. Okay, coming up to a minute to go. One minute. Hey Ryan, it's you're listening and asking about head units. I'm using a Brighton. Israel, Start Nation, we got to deal with Brighton. They're decent. Brighton spelled with a Y. Oh, there's that banner. "20 seconds. Good job, guys. We'll do that first. 3 minutes would have helped on the warm-up, but I think because we're just keeping these to 45 minutes, it's More chance for intervals. Okay, that's it. Done. Done. First one, longest one. Not the hardest one. Knock it back. Take some deep breaths. Just recover. Recover good. Don't change gears, he said, as he's changing gears, but actually I like just getting out of the saddle, easing there, out of that TT position, a little bit of respite, and just keep those legs turning over. How many stars did we get? Everyone get through that okay. Everyone stick to the numbers. Tell me on the Zwift chat. So, next block, like I said, 9 minutes. Mr. and Mrs. Williams, I feel you. How do people tired? Even in races, people would be typing away like, oh, this is hard. I'm like, I know this is hard. I can barely breathe, let alone take a hand off the bars. Yeah, Ben, apologies. Fastest 4 minutes in the world, followed by an even faster 4 minutes. Yeah, Slatter's got all their stars. Josh, tips on TT position. Get a bike fit would help, but if your shoulders are tense, you want to be in a position where you're not holding yourself in the position, but your position kind of holds you. So I find quite often a wider armrest makes things a little more stable and strong without having to make an effort for it. Have some pads with some real wide sides to them, and then they stops you having to sort of hold your elbows in. So yeah, that's just a couple of little things. And just timing the bars. And also it's like you drop a lot of people like hold themselves here, but if it's like you're just relaxing your shoulders and kind of letting your head, neck and spine drop between your shoulder blades until your shoulder blades become higher than your spine, and you can then kind of relax into it. God, less than a minute to go. Where did that, right? This next, thanks to the guys answering all these questions about erg mode. Yeah, right, next one. We're starting with the 1 minute, zone 5, and then we're getting easier, zone 4, zone 3, zone 4, zone 5. So again, same length of time, 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, and then 2 minutes, 1 minute. I toyed with doing 2 lots of 3 minutes, but that was, or 2 lots of the middle pyramid. I guess these are pyramids, so should have started with that really. Hey, these are pyramids. Right, here we go. Try and get that cadence before the banner. And off we go. Oh, there it is. That's zone 5. But nice and short, and starting with it kind of becomes not a free interval, but it's only the first half minute of it. But we still have to recover from it at zone 4, which could well be the hard bit. But we're over halfway through that. So just keep on top of this. Ten. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. Yeah, now, oh, that's where it's biting. Yeah, that's mighty unpleasant. Okay, a minute of that to go. Okay, here's the banner. Making it easier again. Needed that. Right. Keep on the power. Try and get some recovery in at zone 3. This is where efficiency is golden. You can recover in zone 3. It's going to make zone 4 and zone 5 a much better time. That's where a lot of the big gains are made. Alex is on a road bike on Swift because we have a factor. Otherwise, we'll be riding something else. And you know, got to keep the sponsors happy. Getting towards the end of this interval, which actually is not as nice a thing as normal, because the banner. Get ready for those extra watts. Zone 4, here we come. 2 minutes of it again. Oh, there it is. Be over before we know it. minute and a half. Minute to go. Forty. 30. Right, I'm going to really hold on a bit on the base bar, but really try and stay on the tray bars. Fifty. 40. 30. 20. 50. 10. 'Alright, keep on those pedals, let the power come off. Oh boy. Yeah. That hurt more than I thought I would. Now, I've got a real battle in my head for this last one because I really want to dial those numbers back, but it's only 4 minutes of 385 for me. 340 is manageable, 7.4, but the 7.5, that's going to be a brute. So Simon, seated throughout, yeah, if you can, but it's kind of just anything to get those watts. So it's eyeballs hurting on the TT. It's not something I've encountered, unless you add that up with everything hurting. Someone just asked about the Bologna TT course. Now, we've got, there's a TT on our YouTube channel, there's a video about the Bologna course, and if you watch it, I think you'll see how not to do it. Now, I went a bit excited, went over pace on the flat and really suffered on the hill. Excuse me. So, and then I did it the following week where I went 20 watts under that average power on the flat, and then I could lift it a bit on the climb, and that I think gave me about 30 seconds. So I would, 20 watts, you can do 20 watts but it kind of depends on anything from 10 to 30 watts on the flat, because you make much bigger gains on the climb. So yeah, that would be my recommendation for the Bologna TT Pulse on Zwift. Although, you know, I certainly haven't set the world alight on Zwift time trialing, that's for sure. So, although, yeah, I mean, considering these efforts are called Dowsett's TT Tips, I reckon I can get a national champs jersey out of Zwift. We can ask, can always ask. Tips for the next section. I mean, next section is going to be a brute. Just those first 4 minutes, so the first half, like the absolute minimum you need to do to get those numbers done. Because if you go too far over pace in that first half, you ain't going to finish. Because over unders, they really get you, and oh, they're here. Right, so we're starting with the hard one. Here we go. It's not quite the power we were doing in the first two, but it's not much less. So, doing zone 5 and zone 4, and somehow recover at zone 4. 30 seconds. Right, knock it off a bit. I'm going to come on the base bar. Try and recover. Seconds. Oh boy. Here's that banner. Okay. Zone 4. Right. Into this, we're halfway. There's that banner again. 1 minute. Four more minutes. Right, let's go. Forty. 30. 20. 1 more. Zone 5 effort. Oh, don't quite empty it. You still gotta do this bit after. I'm not recovering well. Three, 2, 1. 30. 20. 5. Okay, last minute. Let's get this done. Thirty seconds. 20. Here's the banner. That's it. Ten. 5, 4, 1, and oh boy. Here it is. Jesus. He'd have found this hard as well. Well done, team. Birdie. Well done. Type an F if you're on your hands and knees. Yeah. Yes. So Got my red patches going. That was brilliant, guys and girls. Thank you for coming. 272 of you this week. Thank you very much. Spread the word if you're enjoying these sessions. And same again next week. Different session, obviously. So remember Monday, I've got a shout out to Mr. and Mrs. Slatter. Got 5 and 10 minute power records last week. Good, great job. Yeah, this is yeah, wizard status if you finished it. If you didn't finish it, then you know. Anyway, warm down's almost done. Chanel session again Monday for 4 p.m. UK time, 3 p.m. Central European time. Thanks for coming. Tell your friends. Subscribe if you're watching on YouTube, because it's what YouTubers say, but we're just doing it for Albert. He needs that top shelf cat food still. Thanks for coming, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Catch you later. Oh, there's me pressing all sorts of buttons. And I've got a sweaty face.